Hi friends, welcome back. Today I want to introduce you to the Loquat. I am very lucky and my father-in-law lives in Southern California and he recently visited me with his partner and they brought me some Loquats. They came to visit from California and they asked if I wanted anything from California and I said Loquats from Uncle Howard's tree. I have visited Uncle Howard in California and he has a loquat tree there that I enjoy fruits from about 4 or 5 years ago, I can't remember. But anyways, I asked them for them to bring me some of the fruit and here they are. I ate most of them already, but I have a bunch of seeds here and I want to propagate them today. I have a loquat tree here in my greenhouse and I can show you that right now. This right here is a loquat tree and it's planted in the ground and it survives the winter here. The loquat tree definitely can survive our winters outside without any protection. I know this for a fact because my friend Jimmy VA, he has a YouTube channel, you can go look him up. He has a couple of these trees just sitting in his yard, but he also has one inside the greenhouse, and that one, I went to visit him maybe 2 years ago and I ate one of the loquats from that tree that he has inside his greenhouse, and I ate it and I saved the seed. And this beautiful tree here is from that tree. So it is about 2 years old now and it's been sitting in my greenhouse for, I don't know, 8 months or so now. I planted all of these fruit trees here in September, October of 2023 and now we're in June. So they've been in the ground for about 6 or 7 months. I'm not sure how long it takes for a loquat to produce fruit. I'm assuming it's probably going to take 5 or 6 years. And I love growing things from seed. I could go buy one of these online and they go for about $100, $150. So much rather grow them from seed. And I have over 20 seeds here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do two things. I'm going to do a paper towel method and then I'm going to just plant a few in a pot and see which one does better. So hopefully you can come back in the future and see an update of which one sprouted better. This one over here, I used the paper towel method. I pre-sprouted it. And I pre-sprouted the seed using the paper towel method where you put a paper towel, you make it moist and you put it inside a Ziploc bag. And I put that on top of my heat mat and then it sprouted. And then I brought it outside and I've been babying this tree ever since. Why do I want to grow loquats? Okay, so nobody around my area sells loquats. It's been really hard to find them. I know of one market that might sell them, but no one sells them around here, and they are so delicious. In El Salvador, I believe we call this nísperos, and they are really delicious. Let me crack into it right now. So join me in eating this one and looking what the seed looks like inside. It's nice and crunchy. The skin is crunchy like a nectarine, and the flesh very much so like a peach, but it has this subtle flavor like a mango and is very juicy. Also has a little bit of citrus flavor there too. It is like nothing else you try around here. The loquat tree is a subtropical fruit and I believe it is native to Asia. I think that's what I've read before. And I know that in Georgia, I think Atlanta, Georgia, there is a tree that produces fruit. I've seen it on YouTube. I like to check YouTube for cold weather fruits. And I usually find videos of people growing this type of fruits in Georgia. And sometimes I even see them in South Carolina. So we're definitely pushing the boundary here. But since I am inside my greenhouse, it'll definitely be able to produce fruit in here. Now this tree can get very, very tall. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna keep it small and I'm gonna trim it quite a bit. But instead of getting rid of the branches, I'm going to be doing air layers. So I'm gonna be taking the branches off with air layers and making extra plants as I go. And I'm hoping to put those for sale on Facebook Marketplace so other people around me can grow the same tree anyways. So here is the seed and it has a little casing. And I think I could remove this casing. Yes, I can. I don't want to damage the seed, so I'm not going to. I don't want to damage the seed, so I'm not going to scratch it too much. I'm going to be planting these today in just a little pot of soil and hopefully keep them watered. I always forget to water my plants, but I'm going to keep them watered and then I'm going to put probably half of them in my grow room that I have in my basement on top of my heat mat using the paper towel method. Some of the seeds in the container have already dropped the casing, and check out how they look. I think this one's a perfect candidate for putting on my heat mat. So hopefully this one sprouts. And I think I even see an avocado pit that they brought for me. I'm gonna sprout this one too using the paper towel method. So here are all the seeds. This is so neat. And then I'm gonna take them downstairs and sprout them, because hey, what else can you do with 20 of these seeds? So I just prepared my soil here. This is just potting soil, and I have my avocado pit here. I'm going to put about 5 or so per pot here, just like that. And then the rest I'm gonna bring inside and use the paper towel method to pre-sprout. Here we go. 5 seeds per container, and then we'll see if we get lucky and they sprout. I'm pretty confident these will sprout because they're very fresh. I also just had a great idea. I use play sand to do other rooted cuttings. This is not a cutting obviously, but it will be a nice medium to sprout my seeds. So I'm gonna put my seeds in here. I have like 6 that I'm gonna do in here, and I still have a whole baggie left that I'm gonna do as a paper towel method. So I'm gonna bury them halfway in here and then cover them with sand and keep the sand moist so that they can sprout. And that way I can easily tell when they have sprouted. So now I am in my grow room, and my heat mat is always on because I'm always propagating something. Right now I have a bunch of key lime cuttings rooting. I had this in the greenhouse all winter long, and it was too cold in there, so they were not rooting. But I brought them in here once I had space, and now they have a lot of roots. So here are my citrus cuttings, and I know they have roots because when I tug on them, they don't come out easy anymore. So that means that there is roots forming. And this whole thing is a bunch of cuttings from the same tree, and another one right here. This is a mature key lime, and you can see that it has flower buds on it. Isn't that really cool? I think I'm gonna get some key limes from this probably next year because they are very much so producing a lot of flowers. Anyways, let's start the paper towel method. I have 2 paper towels here, and I made them really moist. And now I'm going to put all of my seeds on top of here and put them inside a Ziploc bag. I washed these really well because they had a little bit of mold on them. You have to wash them really well in order to get the mold out, as much as you can at least, because otherwise your paper towel gets moldy. Another thing you can do is change the paper towel every week or so that the mold doesn't accumulate and it doesn't build up. So here's my Ziploc bag. I've labeled it Loquat June 2024, so that way I know when I sprouted these. And this is very simple. I'm going to put the seeds on this half, and once I have that, I'm going to fold it over. So here are the seeds, and you can see some of them are turning green already, which is very cool. I'm hopeful that that means that they're going to sprout. I have 14 seeds going in right now, and I'm just going to roll them up like this, and then do a little fold here at the ends, and do a little bit more folds. And I'm going to put them inside here, the Ziploc bag. You close this all the way, and you put it on top of the heat mat, which is right here. So I'm gonna put it on top of the heat mat, like that. I'm actually going to fold this in half so that they're not sitting on the very hot mat. And sometimes I even put a towel right on top to create a little bit more heat. So that's all I have for you today, my friends. Hopefully in about 2 to 3 weeks, I'll give you an update on the seeds, and hopefully they're sprouting and I can show them to you. And we'll have plenty of loquat trees to go around here in Northern Virginia. And some of my friends I know are waiting for some of these seedlings. So I'm gonna be giving some away to my best friends, my gardening buddies that have invited me to their yards. So if you want me to come to your yard and you live in Northern Virginia, let me know, because I love to see what you're growing. See you on the next one.